Hey guys, and welcome to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. This is a guide to help you get up and running, get started with your brand new SuperStation One. Now, even though this guide is tailor-made, it's a custom guide for the SuperStation One, it isn't limited to that. You can pretty much use this guide for any MiSTer, but because the SuperStation One comes included, bundled with a 64GB micro SD card, which has a lot of the software on there, and it has some homebrew games and demos. And by the way, before we even go further in, Player Poetry is one of the games on there. It's under homebrew and the Game Boy Advance folder. It's a fantastic game, really good game. So we're going to go and have a look. We're going to get started, and by the end of this, you're going to be getting the most. You're going to be getting a heck of a lot out of your MiSTer FPGA SuperStation One. So before we go further in and really begin, guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, then a subscription and a like is super duper appreciated. So guys, I'm also going to try and do this in real time. So let's kind of just get out of here now. I have a USB keyboard connected to the SuperStation One as well as a controller. You can probably do a lot of this with a controller, but obviously putting in a password for Wi-Fi, really you should have a keyboard as well. So any USB keyboard is fine. So first thing you want to do is connect to Wi-Fi. Now if you're not connected to Wi-Fi, you can see I am connected to Wi-Fi where it says MiSTer up top there in the first bar in the menu. On the right of that you can see the Wi-Fi symbol, but if you go into scripts, you're going to see, here you go, Wi-Fi. Once you press that, you pretty much just follow the prompts, find your network, put in your key, and you are then absolutely dandy. So once you've got Wi-Fi, that's one step that we have got out of the way. The next thing we want to do is when we're on this screen on our MiSTer FPGA, we want to move it left, right? When we move it left, we can see the IP address of our MiSTer FPGA. Now take note of that. I should really take a note of that as well. So, okay, 192.168.5040. Okay, now, I should be able to remember that. Hopefully my memory is not that bad because I am going to bring another screen on top. Now, some of this stuff you would have to do manually, but guess what? An upstanding member of the community and a close friend of mine, Anime Otaku, has made our life a heck of a lot easier. So check the link in the description and download this little MiSTer companion app that Anime Otaku has put together. So let's go over to that on GitHub. MiSTer Companion. He's got other stuff there. We can look at other stuff later. In this video, I'm not going to cover Zapparoo. I think I'll do that in a separate video down the line. This is really handy. So once we go here, go over to releases. I'll leave a direct link, in fact, that will bring you over here, and you can see this companion app helps a lot. I'm not going to go through the notes, we'll go through it when we actually start the app. So go down here, MiSTer Companion Windows x86. So you will need a Windows machine. I know Anime wants to get this working on Linux at some point, so hopefully that is something that can happen. So let's download that. Okay, here we go. That has downloaded. Head over to your downloads folder and we can see we've got this here. Now what you want to do is you want to extract this, and I always use 7-zip, so extract files, we're good. Kind of working on an ultra wide screen here, so if something goes off screen I'll bring it back in, right? So let's now delete the zip. I'm going to press the delete button, that's gone, and this is what we have extracted, guys. This makes everything a heck of a lot easier. So let's do this, right? So let's open this, and there you go, you've got MiSTerCompanion.exe. Now when I first try and run that, Windows is going to give me that warning, but I trust this app, I've already used it. So let's go to more info and run anyway. So here we go, it should pop up. Now the first thing it's going to tell us is MiSTer Companion. So this application assumes you have already flashed MiSTer Fusion to your SD card. So when you get your SuperStation One, it has already been flashed with MiSTer Fusion because your SD card is working. If you have not done so, and it's got MiSTer Fusion there, and it's got Rufus image burning software, right? So you can either go do not show this again, continue. We don't need to we've already got that step done, so we don't need to see that. But if you have got any other MiSTer, not SuperStation One, and you do want MiSTer Fusion, you know, this can get you there, right? What's really good, I said I'll remember that IP, I forgot, I think it was 5040 192.168.5040, right? So let's go over here, and right, okay, so IP address 192.168.50.40. And again, guys, I like doing these in real time, so everything is exactly as you see it. So over here, you can see over here, so user, pass, and connect. Now the defaults are for your MiSTer, the username is root and the password is 1. Now you don't need to type it in right, you should be able to press connect and it should just connect to the MiSTer. So let's try that, guys. Hopefully I'm not going to get embarrassed by this and it will work. There you go, guys. We can now see our SD card, 50 gig free of 59, 10% used. Really, really handy, really, really good. And again, remember guys, you don't need to fill in the user and the pass. It will automatically presume the default unless you've changed it. I wouldn't recommend changing it, but I haven't. I've used it for years. It's all good. So update tool and maintenance. Most people that have heard of the MiSTer FPGA have heard of update tool. It's the staple. It's the tool that just makes everything easy for you. So easily here, install update tool. Now if you're not using this app, guys, you're having to do this stuff manually and add it on there. This really makes something that wasn't extremely difficult super simple to do. So install update tool, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to press that, and there you go, installing update tool. It's doing it for you, right? Okay, installation complete. That's cool. Let's just hide that for now. So file sharing. Now I really recommend doing this, and I'm going to give you an example as to why we want to do this. So enable SMB, enable Samba. Now if you try and do this manually, there's a typo in the MiSTer, in the word Samba, I think. I can't remember exactly what it is, but I'll look it up every time and then I have to go and correct it. So now let's go enable Samba. This will give us network access to our MiSTer that we can actually just access via this app. So I'm going to go ahead and press that. Enable Samba, and okay, so SMB has been enabled. A reboot is required. Let's reboot now, so we can actually reboot our SuperStation One from here. Right, there you go, that's rebooted. You might be able to see it behind the window, but I've got another screen on with that showing, and our SuperStation One will come back on. There you go, you can see part of the screen there, it's come back on. So that's absolutely amazing. So now what we can do is we can actually access our MiSTer FPGA remotely, and this is super duper handy, right? Because if I'm putting like a whole ROM collection on there, like gigs and gigs of stuff, I might take my SD card out, but network access just means every time you want to put like a ROM hack or something small on there, you don't need to take that SD card out. You can just access your MiSTer FPGA, or in this case, the SuperStation One variant of the MiSTer FPGA, over your local network. So here we go, open in Explorer. Honestly, Anime's just smashed it with this. Okay, so again, what are the credentials that we're going to have here? And it's going to be root, and it's going to be 1, right? And remember my credentials, right? So here you go. It kind of tells you over here as well. There you go, guys. We are in the MiSTer. And once we are in our MiSTer FPGA, when we go to SD card, we can see everything there. Now, I've got a little bit of an example here. So let me, right, okay, let's go here. Let's make that here, and let's make this one go down here. Right, okay, so so here's my downloads folder, and I just gave myself an example ROM, right? So let's go to that example ROM, and this is a game that actually Anime Otaku recommended to me. So this is a Super Nintendo game, a .sfc. So what we're going to do on our MiSTer folder, say we just wanted to add one game, we don't want to take our memory card out. Let's go into games, and within games, if we just go down to S, and there you go, a SNES folder. And there you go, we've got 240 test suite in there already included, but what we want to do is we want to run this game on there now. And that's it, that game has just copied over. Sorry, the little prompt window came out, but it's very quick. So guys, what I'm going to do now is let's kind of close this down. Let's go back. I need to turn my controller back on here because it rebooted. Right, let's go back. So now let's go to console. Now let's go to SNES. SNES, where are you, SNES? Here you are, SNES. And when we go over to SNES, let's go over here. That's the game that we have just added on there. Hopefully it's not going to be too loud. And there you go, that's loading. What we have done now is we have added update tool, and we have given or we have access to our MiSTer FPGA via a network. Very easy, very convenient. And there you go, guys, an absolute banger of a game. Definitely try this one out. So what we're going to do next now, guys, is we are going to look at update tool, and we're going to have a look at some of the options, some of the essentials in there. Some of the stuff I might not be able to show you exactly because there is stuff in there about BIOS and main ROMs. It's in there. You should enable those options if you legally own those ROMs and any of those BIOSes. I'll touch over it in the video, but I'm not going to show that part. But it's very easy to find. I'll show you the kind of logic behind it, where everything is, and how you can get it to work. So stick around. We're not done with this tutorial yet. We haven't got that much longer to go. I might do some stuff off screen because the first download might take a little bit of time. But yeah, man, absolutely awesome. Look at this. You've got network access and you've got update all installed already, and you haven't really done that much. And here we are now back on the main screen of the SuperStation One. So what we want to do, guys, is we want to go to scripts and we want to go to update all. Now I ran this originally, but I made a little blunder of my words, so I kind of had to reshoot it. So the first time you run it, it's gonna run into a little something, and I think it's doing it now actually, so we're all good. But once you're gonna get past that initial part, it's gonna tell you, it's gonna say to you, do you want to press down to proceed or go up for options? There you go, it's just popped up there now. So here we are. I'm gonna press up to go into settings because we want to have a look at some of the settings now. So what we got over here, so main distribution on, main MiSTer cores from MiSTer development. So most cores that are available for MiSTer, into MiSTer development, and all those ones are available. So JT cores for MiSTer, cores by her Tailor team, right? So you want those on. But let's have a look at some of the options as well. So okay, so there's an option in the JT cores called install, or number 2 here, install premium cores. Now only turn on this option if you are a patron supporter of Hervieux, because if not, you're going to get these games and the controls are going to be disabled and you're not going to be able to play them. I mean, you can turn it on, and if you think, oh, I want to play this game, you can then go and sign on to the Patreon, but that's completely your choice, right? So premium cores in there is completely up to you. I'm going to leave them off for now for the sake of this video. Other cores, okay, so what we've got here, we've got other cores on here. So these people at the top there are not part of the MiSTer development team, the coin up collection. You can turn those on. It looks like they're on by default, so they do some arcade games. Then you've got arcade offset by Toya. I recommend turning that one on for sure, because that gives you like all the offsets of the normal ROMs. It gives you some ROM hacks, if I'm not mistaken, and like different versions of the games. It's very, very cool to check out. LLAPI fork folder, I usually have that off. The Epsilon unofficial distribution, I think I have that on. YC builds from Mike S11, I have that on. That's got games. Well, it tells you need a specific cable, but if you're running the SuperStation One, this stuff should work on there. I haven't tested it yet, but you can do that. Naturally, if it doesn't, you can turn it off. AG23's MiSTer cores. AG, I think, as far as I know, has only developed one core, which is the Game and Watch core for the MiSTer FPGA. So if you want that, then switch that on. Alternative cores, why not? Alternative versions of different arcade games, absolutely amazing. So turn that on. Dual RAM console cores, okay, that's something new. I haven't got that on there. So the SuperStation One is only a single SD-RAM MiSTer FPGA, so you don't want to turn that on. You want to leave that off, because what you don't want to do is you don't want to get cores on there that you're going to get and they're not going to work, right? It's a single SD-RAM and it can't be upgraded to dual RAM. There's not much benefit in that. There's a few little perks, but honestly, you're pretty good with single, so don't feel left out or anything like that. So there you go. We've selected everything here. Select here now, so we have done that. Tools and scripts, let's have a look at this stuff here. So arcade organizer, okay, so creates folders for easy navigation. That's really cool. So that creates lots of folders like games by years, games by publisher, games by genre. I'm going to leave that off for now, but you can turn that on and you have your games will be nicely indexed. It's actually very, very nice. I did a video on the channel about that a while ago. Names.txt, better core names. Yeah, okay, so if you want to do that, so if you want better core names, again, lots of stuff to play about with. MiSTer extensions from Wizzo, MiSTer Super Attract mode, which means when you leave your MiSTer idle, it plays lots of different stuff for you. There's different stuff there, right? I'm going to get out of this part for now. Extra content, right? Okay, so again, over here you've got BIOS database. So if you have legally obtained BIOSes and you want the internet to get them, so you don't have to dump your own on the MiSTer, then you can turn that on. I'm not going to turn them on in this video for legal reasons, say, but they are there. Arcade ROMs database, right? So this will actually pull MAME ROMs for you. Again, I'm not going to turn that on, but if you do legally own the ROMs you're going to download via update tool, then you should definitely switch that on. Then we've got Ranny's nice wallpapers. So you get some nice wallpapers with the SuperStation One. They are nice, but man, Ranny's nice has done some amazing wallpapers. So let's switch that option on, and you can choose your aspect ratio 4:3, 16:9, or all. So let's go 16:9 just for now, because it's going to take a while to download them, and I want to try and get everything kind of filmed in this video, even though I'll probably skip that stuff there, right? Okay, so then we've got Ubayuji boot ROMs. Okay, they're really, really interesting. It just means for every console you get like a little boot screen, and it looks kind of nice. I'm going to leave that off for now. Then we've got the Netro GBA borders. So if you want to play the Game Boy Advance core, which is which is the new cycle accurate core from Robert Pape. If you want borders for that, you can grab those as well. So let's turn that on for now. So let's go select. Okay, and okay, yep, we've selected that. Yep, okay, excellent. Okay, back. So Analog Pocket. If you've got Analog Pocket and you want to do a firmware update and just back up your saves, guess what? You can do that on your MiSTer. That literally is just in case of catastrophic failure, you lose all your saves, you've got a backup of it over there. Then again, you've got a Patreon menu for the Epsilon themselves. And now what we're going to do, save write all changes. So what we're going to do is we're going to save this. Yes, we're going to save it, and it's going to save it to our INI file, and then we're going to exit and run update all. And there you go, guys. That's going to run update all. Now, the first time you run this, guys, it will take a while because it's going to download a whole bunch of cores. You can see it's going to update cores. Update all is very, very fast, right? It's very, very fast, but it does use other dependencies. Now, if you've got stuff like the BIOS getter and you've got stuff like the main ROMs on, it's going to download a whole bunch of arcade games. And the good thing is most of the arcade cores are included without the ROM with the SuperStation One, so it will fetch some other stuff and it can take a little bit of time, right? But if you've got the main ROMs, you're downloading quite a lot of stuff. MiSTer's got hundreds of arcade games, hundreds and hundreds. In fact, maybe even going into the thousands. I don't know. I haven't counted for a long time. But there's a whole bunch of games that you can get and a whole bunch of arcade games. So it will start fetching those all for you. So what I would recommend is if you're going to do that for the arcade stuff, just go touch grass, take a walk, spend some time with the family, because once all those games download, you are going to be you're going to be busy for a while. So while that downloads, guys, I want to show you something else which I think is very, very important, and I've got a separate video on the channel doing that tutorial, and that's to do with the Amiga. So let's head over and check that out. So while update all is still going on, I cannot recommend AmigaVision enough. Now, you get the Amiga core as part of update all, but in order to get the AmigaVision front end, guys, which is it's absolutely beautiful, really cool. You can see like part of it over there. You've got a great menu with lots of game names in there. You've got games organized via top 100, by year, by genre, by letter. Everything's there. You've got lots and lots of demos. There was a big demo scene for the Amiga. Cannot recommend this enough. So in order to get this running, I'm not going to go through it in this video because I've done plenty of tutorials, and as well as that, you can also get the CD32 working. It's not a great system, but it kind of works on the AmigaVision front end using the Amiga core. So it doesn't have full compatibility when we're talking CD32, but guess what? There is a heck of a lot over there. So I've got a tutorial, AmigaVision 2025 MiSTer FPGA new user and upgrade tutorial. So definitely check that out. If you want Amiga, I would say definitely check it out. Even if you haven't tried that Amiga, it's a great system. So AmigaVision, truly recommend it. It makes the experience absolutely amazing, and there's lots of documents on their website to help you, and I've got a step-by-step tutorial. If you like this tutorial and how we went through it, then you're going to like that tutorial, and you're going to find it very easy to follow. And then we've got the CD32 one. Again, boring stuff. I know we're looking at files over here, but hey, this is a good kind of fighting game on there. I can't remember what it's called now, actually. Maybe Fighting Spirit or something like that. Very good. Never played it on the Amiga, but yeah, guys, I think that's kind of it. Let update all run its course. Again, remember to turn on those the BIOS grabber and the main ROMs to get all your arcade stuff. But as you can see, update all is still running because this is the first time we're running this on the device. But yeah, that's kind of it, guys. It's very easy peasy lemon squeezy. Be freaking awesome to one another. Let me know what other tutorials you want to see. I want to do a Zapparoo one. I'm going to get my buddy Anime Otaku to help me with it because he's quite big and he contributes quite a lot to the FPGA gaming scene, but especially the Zapparoo scene. So I'm kind of looking forward to getting together with him. I've got a whole bunch of cards and a whole bunch of tokens that I can use, but do let me know what other stuff that you would like to see with your new SuperStation One, stuff that you would like to. Oh wow, okay, hold on, something good over here. So that's update all just done there, guys. So let me get rid of that. I wasn't expecting that to finish during the video, but hey, no complaints there. So look, that's all done now. And we can press the button and it's going to reboot now. So that's the first time I've done it. Now sometimes if there's something quite incremental there, it will do a reboot, right? So let it reboot, let it kind of go back, and it will bring us back to the beginning. Here we are, guys. All right, see that awesome there? See, we had those Runny Snice wallpapers. Now if you want to stick with the SuperStation One wallpapers, that's fantastic. That's up to you. But the Runny Snice archive is amazing. You're going to get lots and lots of wallpapers, and it will cycle through every time you reboot your MiSTer FPGA or your SuperStation One. But that's it, guys. I really do hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I know it's been quite long, but hopefully if you've followed it through and you've gone through with me, you are in a better place with your SuperStation One. Do let me know what games you're enjoying, especially arcade games. Let me know what arcade games that you are enjoying, what games you are playing. Anyway, guys, be freaking awesome to one another. This is your friendly neighborhood Pixel Cherry Ninja out.